up, Maniacs? So today we're going to talk about the mini apps that you can have on your phone for your car. I'm using a Google device. This is the Google Pixel 2 XL, and obviously that means I'm using the Android version of these apps. I know that there are iOS equivalent apps. I think they're pretty similar in functionality, but I don't know for sure. I'll try and get my hands on an iOS device to see if we can do a comparison. But let's take a look at what Mini and BMW have made for apps for your Mini Cooper and your phone. Okay, so let's take a look at the apps we have here. So we have, first of all, we have a widget here from the JourneyMate app, which shows us any upcoming trips we have planned. I don't have any upcoming trips planned, and I don't really use the JourneyMate app for planning trips, but it's cool that they have a widget. Here's my folder of apps that are made from Mini or BMW officially. So we have the old Mini Connected app, which they kind of gave up on and just started a new one with the same name. So that's a little confusing, but I'll show you the differences between those in a second. We have the Road Assist app, which just kind of gives you the numbers for assistance calls if you're stranded on the side of the road with a flat tire, engine issues, anything like that. Basically, towing services and closest repair shop numbers. We have the JourneyMate XL app, and that's for planning your trips. Like I said, that's related to that widget. We have the Mini Motorist Guide, which is basically your user manual on the phone rather than looking at it on the center console screen itself. And then the new Mini Connected app. So let's take a look at the old Mini Connected app to see how we got what we have here. So here's the old app. It's kind of dated looking, and there's really not much going on here. We have JourneyMate, which recognizes I have JourneyMate installed. Audio player, that's the Samsung SmartThings app. The calendar and the news. Really not much you could do. It's just showing you that these are the apps that are in the car. Then it scans your phone to see which apps are available for the car that are on your phone. And the only one I've ever gotten to show up is the Twitter app, which is kind of really useless because it basically puts your tweets up on the center console screen, and that's kind of dangerous. You don't really want to be reading your tweets on the center console while you're driving, so I really never use it, but that's the only app that's available. And then if we click on this tab over here, we can see the fuel level, the total mileage on the car, and the range based off of that 7 miles or 7 gallons that we have in this car. So we look at the settings up here. Really not much going on. I haven't logged into this app since I installed the new one, so there's no connection to my account here on this one. And that's about it. So if we go back and let's look at the JourneyMate XL app real quick. And this one's kind of weird because it has a different fuel level and range. I'm not sure why they're different. But what is cool is it shows you that based off the mileage of the car, I've been 1.3 trips around the moon or 0.3 trips around the earth. This app, like I said, I really don't use it that much. For trips, most people, myself included, use Google Maps or Apple Maps or Waze or something else. But if you wanted to use this and send it to the car, you could do it this way. It also will look at your calendar to see if you have any trips coming up, which the other apps do as well. So let's take a look at the Mini Motorist Guide really quick, and if we open that, like I said, it's kind of just the user manual for your car, so you can look at it outside of the car or on your phone if you prefer that, rather than looking at it on the actual center screen of the car itself. Had some useful videos, and you can bookmark things as well. So search is really handy because it's kind of hard to search on the center console. This search works a lot better. So let's take a look at the new Mini Connected app. This is the new Mini Connected app. Oh, let me authenticate. Okay, so now I'm in. You can see this one also shows my fuel level of 7 gallons and my range of 170. What's cool about this is it seems to have grabbed the configuration I have for this car, the red color, the 18-inch wheels, the bonnet stripes as well, and it knows it's a John Cooper Works model. So that's pretty cool. When you first launch the app, it has you log in and enter your VIN number, and that's how it gets that information. It also shows the average speed and the average consumption for the lifetime of the car. So that's something you can't reset. It's not for a trip, it's the lifetime of the car overall. And considering that this is a JCW and I'm not always driving in green mode, I think 28 miles per gallon is pretty decent. This will also show your last location based off of where you might have parked, and you trying to remember where you parked, you can look at your last location and see where the car might be parked. If we look at the menu here, we have vehicle activity, destinations, find mate, profile, settings. So let's take a look at activity. I don't have any trips in here because, like I said, I don't use JourneyMate or this app for trip planning. I use my preferred Google Maps or Waze to do that. We have destinations, which is just looking at your calendar to see where you might be going. Obviously, I didn't drive the car to Hawaii, so this is, like I said, just grabbing information out of your calendar to do that. We'll also show you nearby parking based off of your location and nearby fuel stations based off of your location. Again, most people are probably going to use their Apple Maps or their Google Maps for that. Let's go back in here, and we have FindMate. So if you have any FindMate tags that you might, put on your keychain, and if you lose your keys, you can use your FindMate, this FindMate feature in the app to find the location of your keys. I don't have any FindMate tags, so I don't use that as well. Profile, really not much, just your details. And then settings, there's really not a whole lot going on. You got feedback, permissions, units, privacy and terms, and about. Really the only thing you're probably ever going to use in here are units, and that's where you can set up if you want metric or imperial, US, UK, or Japanese and Brazilian. So that's really it for the app. Not a whole lot going on. It's a little gimmicky, but it's kind of cool. I wish it would do more, but oh well. I should mention that these apps gather their information when they are plugged in via the USB cable to the car. So that's it. I think to sum it up, they're a little gimmicky, but kind of cool. You can see your last known mileage and fuel level and range. There are some other BMW specific apps. One of them is actually a really cool Bmw I8 Configurator app that then has the augmented reality functionality where you can configure a car, pull up your phone and camera, and put an augmented version of that configured car wherever your camera is facing, say in a parking lot or maybe even in your garage. So BMW already makes that, so it shouldn't be that hard to port over to Mini. So maybe one day they'll do that, and maybe one day they'll add some more cool functionality to these apps that tie in better with the car. But yeah, that's it. And don't forget to wave to other Mini drivers when you see them. All right, later.